Hello and welcome to CNN IBN. Yes, tonight we celebrate a special man, a legend, a colossus, and of course, a great servant to cricket, both India and internationally, Anil Kumble. And if you are still trying to figure out why we are talking about Anil Kumble and talking to him, well, it's just about the matter of 25 years, 25 years ago, indeed, that he started his international career, at least in India's test colours. He made his test debut for India way back in 1990, 25 years on. We want to talk to Jumbo and find out how has it been. First of all, a warm welcome to you, Anil, to hear it on CNN IBN. 25 years, it just flew like that.
Thank you, Sanjeev. Yes, it's been 25 years. It still feels that it was just yesterday that I was playing with the India colours, and 25 years just has flown by, and it's been an amazing journey, a wonderful journey for me, and lovely memories in all those 25 years.
What would you consider the biggest high in your cricketing career?
No, I think the biggest high obviously is the perfect 10 against Pakistan in Firozshah Kotla. That's perhaps the biggest high. It's only happened twice in cricketing history, so it's something that possibly I was destined to achieve, but I never set out to pick up all the 10. I mean, it's one of those days where things just happened, and it was a wonderful. That's perhaps is one of the biggest personal moments for me in my entire career.
Absolutely. All right. I believe we are joined on the phone line, Anil, by one of your former colleagues and a person who's worked very, very closely with you, shares a great rapport both on and off the field, not only as a cricketer but also in cricket administration. Former Indian paceman Javagal Srinath. Sri, good evening. Welcome to CNN IBN. We are celebrating 25 years of the magnificent journey of Anil Kumble. What would you like to tell him tonight?
Well, 25 years is a long time. I think he will still go on for the next 25 years easily with respect to cricket, either in administration or it could be given the ball, he can still spin a few and get some wickets even now. No, it's been a wonderful career for him, and then even off the field, off cricket, it is after his retirement, he's still been pretty active. He's been part of the winning IPL teams and so on and so forth. I think still a lot to come. He has so many other things to do with respect to the sport, and I'm sure you need such people to promote the game as we move forward.
Right, Anil, you want to say anything to your old buddy?
No, I didn't realize that Sri would be on the show. So yeah, thanks, Sri. Thanks for all those kind words. Throughout our international careers, Sri and I got along really well. We would discuss not just cricket but everything else, and we shared rooms. And those 17, 16 years together on the cricket field, and then later on 3 years of administration at KSCA. That's when perhaps we spoke to each other a lot more than what we ever did in those 16 or 17 years of playing together. So yeah, I mean it's been a great journey with a lot of teammates, and then Sri was someone who you would go to and get an honest feedback about not just the game itself, but about your own game and everything else that came along.
Right. All right. Wonderful listening to those memories, and of course, you guys are friends for life, friends forever. Thanks, Srinath, for joining us here and sharing with us your memories of the great champion bowler who's sitting tonight with us there from Bangalore. Let's now listen in to Ricky Ponting, the former Australian captain, who now is a close buddy of Anil Kumble because they worked together in the Mumbai Indians, but once upon a time they were great rivals. Let's listen into what Ricky had to say about Anil.
Wow, 25 years, that's a long time ago to show we're all getting on a bit in age, but congratulations to Anil, 25 years since his debut game. I loved every opportunity I had to play against him. He was a great bowler, he was a very competitive person, he was a great captain. And our life's sort of done a full circle over the last few years. We've played against each other for a number of years, and now we're actually working on the same team. We're working for the Mumbai Indians, which I've thoroughly enjoyed as well, and hopefully Anil has. So congratulations, mate. Hopefully we can work together a little bit closer over the next month and have some more team success. All the best, mate.
Right, Anil, that very aptly said. Ricky says life has come a full circle in a sense. You guys have played against each other for so many years, and now you're in the same team working for the Mumbai Indians. Of course, it's been a fantastic journey.
Yeah, it's been, we were fierce competitors, and rivals when we played against each other when, as captains and also as players. He was someone who's most respected in the Australian team. Someone, as a bowler, you wanted his wicket early on. Otherwise, he could really hurt the team. And post that, and then once we got into the IPL, when Ricky, when I was mentor and John Wright was the coach. We chose Ricky as the captain in 2013 for Mumbai Indians, and then from there on, we got really close, and we started working not just as mentor and captain, but possibly as friends. And in the last couple of years, it's just gone from strength to strength, and I think that's what IPL does to international cricketers who've been fierce rivals over the years, and then suddenly you end up in the same team working together. So it's been a fantastic journey for me, and to have succeeded against Australia, I think possibly gave me the most satisfaction, because right through my career, Australia was perhaps the #1 team that everyone wanted to beat and do well, and I had a fantastic equation whenever I played against the Australians. So that's something that all of us cherished, and especially me as a bowler, I always cherished doing well against Australia.
Right, now, Anil, you'll be pleasantly surprised by our next guest who's joining us on the phone line from Chennai. He's none other than the chess grandmaster and the magician, as they call him, the magician of the 64 squares, the king of 64 squares, Vishwanathan Anand. Vishy, good evening. Welcome to CNN IBN. We are celebrating 25 years of Anil Kumble's glorious journey as an Indian cricketer, giant of international cricket. What would you like to tell him?
Well, I remember when I first represented India, it was in the World Cup Junior, and I know the feeling you get when, on the chessboard you come and there's the flag by the side of your name, and when you see that, you feel great pride.
Absolutely. Anil, you want to say anything to the world champion?
Yeah, I'd like to. It was really a pleasant surprise. I mean, thank you, Vishy, for all those wonderful words, and you've made all Indians proud with your achievements, and I think chess in India is synonymous with your name. You're an icon, and it's really fantastic to know that you followed cricket, and we follow your game as well. So I wish you all the very best. I have retired now, but chess can go on, and I wish you all the very best, Vishy, and hopefully you'll retain and again go back to your old Vishy that we have always known you for.
Thank you so much, Anil, and again, enjoy your big day.
Thank you so much, Vishy.
Let's now listen in to the one and only VVS Lakshman.
It's a great pleasure to talk about Anil, and it's a great achievement what he has done and contributed to Indian cricket. Hi Anil, hope you're doing well. Congratulations for all your contribution and achievement. I've always mentioned that you've been an inspiration and a true friend, and I've learned a lot watching you from close quarters, how you conducted yourself, how you, in a professional way, always try to do your best, and above all, I feel that you've been a match winner. The way single-handedly sometimes you won the matches for the country from tough situations is amazing. But one incident which I'll never forget was the Antigua Test match, when you had a broken jaw. Coming out, you wanted to be out there on the ground, even though the doctor told that it's a fracture and you have to go back to India, but you came and you took the wicket of Brian Lara, and that was the most inspirational moment I have come across in my career. So congratulations for all your contribution to Indian cricket. I'm sure you'll continue to do that, and all the very best. And also to your lovely family, Chetna, and your lovely kids. All the very best.
Well, Anil, it is wonderful listening to VVS. Unfortunately, he couldn't join us on live. He had to record this earlier. He admits even to this day, the one incident that was perhaps the most impressionable moment he had in his entire career was when you came out to bowl against the West Indies in West Indies with a broken jaw, and then you take Brian Lara's wicket. To Talk us through that moment, Anil.
I mean, Laxi was at the other end. He was batting with me, and we have had some wonderful batting partnerships. Let me say this to Lax and everybody else, that although he was the senior batting partner, I was the senior cricketer. So I took charge whenever we had a partnership in terms of advising Lakshman as to what he needs to do rather than the other way around. On that day I was sent ahead of Ajay Ratra to shield Ratra from the second new ball, and the second new ball was due. And as soon as they took the second new ball, I think it was the 6th or 7th over, it was the last over, I knew that Mervyn Dillon will bowl. For some reason, he bowled a bouncer and I got hit. I had to shield Ratra, and I continued batting. I think I batted another couple of overs and got out to another bouncer from Dillon, caught backward short leg. I knew that it was broken and I was coming back home. But Lakshman and Ratra had a wonderful partnership after that, and we got to 600 plus runs in the first inning in West Indies, and we had a great chance to win the series, and I didn't want to lose that opportunity. And when I came back from the hospital with the news that I had broken my jaw and I had to go back to have a surgery, I realized that this was the last opportunity that I had of going out there and then doing something. And I saw Sachin ripping a few and troubling the West Indian batsmen. So I thought, let me just go out there after tea and see if I can get a quick couple of wickets so that we can be in a good position to win the game from there on, and then possibly the series. And that's what motivated me to go back. And I've always believed that whenever my shoulder is fine, I can go out there and then do it. So I never worried too much about what had happened to my jaw. So the thought was just to go out there and then bowl. Possibly, Lara got scared of the way I looked, and he was not looking at the ball. He got out possibly looking at my face and got scared. That was a good variation, to bowl at Lara.
Absolutely.
Cover your face with bandage yourself with a on the jaw, and then scare him to get him out cheaply.
I like the way you put it across, Anil. All right, we now have you yourself were a Indian captain, a former Indian captain. Now we are being joined by a former Indian football captain, Baichung Bhutia, who's joining us. Baichung, good evening. Welcome to CNN IBN. Your thoughts on Anil Kumble's great career. He's listening into you.
Thank you. Hi, Anil. How are you?
Hi, Baichung. Thanks. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Really
Anil, I just wanted to ask, a lot of the players, especially sports person, after retirement, they don't really get into administration. But I know that you and Srinath, after your career, I think you were running, Karnataka Cricket Association, which is a great thing, and also it inspires a lot of sports person like me after retirement coming into into associations and trying to really build the sport. So why did you choose to leave that, or are you still in the board of Karnataka Cricket Association?
No, Srinath and I, we decided to do something. It's always easy as past players to sit and talk about what should happen, why we need to change these things. So instead of doing that, we decided to be a part of the administration, and we felt that it needed just a bit of a course correction, and that's why we and even before we got into administration, we had decided that it's only going to be one term that we wanted to get in and do whatever possible that we can. And I'm really satisfied. So is Javagal Srinath and the rest of the team that we had during those 3 years. I'm sure all of us are satisfied with whatever we could achieve in those 3 years. But I'm still involved. I'm not involved with Karnataka cricket directly, but at the BCCI, I'm still a part of the technical committee. At the ICC, I'm the chairman of the cricket committee. So I'm still involved in cricket with Mumbai Indians. I'm the mentor. So administration was something that we wanted to give back instead of just waiting on the sidelines and just talking about what needs to change. So we got involved and then did whatever we could. Baichung, I think you've been a great player for India, and we need your inputs and feedback into soccer. I think it's important that we would like to see Indian football grow as well.
Right. I wish this could go on and on, but extremely short on time. It's time for a break. Thank you, Baichung, for joining us. Time for a break here on the show. When we come back, we will also speak again to Anil and also tell you what exactly is he up to these days. So stay right there. Welcome back. We are in conversation with the Colossus, the man himself, Anil Kumble, as we look back at the last 25 years. Yes, it's indeed been just 25 years since he made his Test debut for India, and what a remarkable career it has been for India. And of course, the impact he had not only in Indian cricket but also on international cricket. Before I tell you what he's up to these days, let's now listen in to the chairman and managing director of the Raymond Group, Gautam Singhania, on what he had to say about Anil.
Well, I think if I had to recall one special moment of Anil Kumble, it had to be the day I was getting married, because that was the day he decided to take 10 wickets, which was the 7th of February 1999. And whilst everybody should have been there at the wedding, they were all glued to the television watching him take wickets. So, yeah, I don't think I'm quite about to forget that.
So, Anil, you heard, poor man, he was getting married on the day you decided to take 10 wickets. So, hey, he was seeing his family and close friends not being as interested in his marriage as they were in your wicket-taking exploits at the Kotla.
No, I first met Gautam with Ravi Shastri, who introduced me to Gautam in Mumbai. And in fact, I bumped into Gautam in one of the wildlife resorts in Kana pretty recently. I don't know. It was just a sheer coincidence. Sorry, Gautam, about the coincidence. But I had a perfect 10, and you had a perfect marriage. So I think that's all I can say. I'm sorry about actually choosing your wedding day as the day that I had to pick up 10. It just happened. I was destined.
Oh, what a moment it was, Anil. In fact, all of us, wherever we were. On that day, we were glued to the television sets. All right, last but not the least, we have a very special guest with us, the man who actually introduced Anil Kumble, the Indian cricket captain, the legendary wicket taker, into something totally different. And now, as you must be following Anil Kumble on Twitter, you must be seeing he tweets these pictures. Yes, he is an ace photographer. He's also into wildlife conservation. So we have joining us on the phone line a very good friend of Anil Kumble and a wildlife conservationist himself, Mr. Krishna Prasad. Mr. Prasad, welcome to CNN IBN. What do you say to Anil Kumble, who's listening in to you now?
Hi, Anil.
Hi, Krishna.
Wonderful to be talking to you. And hi, Sanjeev.
Hi. Go ahead.
I met Anil a few years ago. I walked up to him and said, through a friend, and we walked up to him and said, can you do this bit for the tiger? We want you to come on television and pass on a message to the rest of the world as to how important it is to save the tiger. Not only did he come on live and do whatever we wanted him to do, but he also roped in Javagal Srinath, Venkatesh Prasad, and a whole bunch of his teammates.
Right.
And it was really fantastic for him to have done that.
Right. Thanks, Mr. Prasad, for joining us and sharing with us your memories about getting to know Anil. Anil, it's indeed been a very interesting ride now, because I see your tweets and the fact that you've got very, very involved with conservation, wildlife, and also photography. You must be surely enjoying your time there.
Yeah, I mean, like Krishna mentioned, I got introduced to wildlife thanks to him. We went out to Kabini, to his place about 20 years ago, and that's how it all started. The bug started from there, and then I took up photography. I always used to carry a camera around, and then wildlife photography became a bit of a passion. And through the foundation that I started as Kumble Foundation, we also had a couple of awards function with Kiran Majumdar Shaw supporting it, and that was well received, and we gave away a lakh of rupee to the frontline staff, the deserving frontline staff, which was really well received, and that's something which I want to continue now. And now that I have a bit more time, have more time to go into the forest now and then take photographs and then see what I can do with those photographs to create awareness, and then possibly create more awareness about the foundation that I have to ensure that we give back to the society.
Right, more power to you, Anil. Unfortunately, completely out of time, and I have really no time to even ask you another question, which I wanted to. But instead, what I'll do, while I wish you all the best, and our warmest regards for you and your family, and thank you yet again for your great contribution to Indian and international cricket. It's of course been a wonderful time watching you all these years, learning so much from you, and of course getting to know you. I must tell you,
thank you so
Anil,
much, and thank you so much, and thanks to all those wonderful people who spoke.
And I must tell you, Anil, the last word I'll have it tonight on this show. Here's what many like me are surely wishing, that someday Indian cricket perhaps gets a board president, a BCCI president like Anil Kumble. We don't want you to react on that. On that note, Anil Kumble, thank you very much for joining us here again on CNN IBN. It's been a pleasure knowing you and speaking to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.